KCAL9 and CBS2 Storm Watch. This is a live look at the radar. Tons of green and yellow bands of rain signaling a soggy end to 2022. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tom Waits.
And I'm Jasmine Beal. This is a special edition of CBS2 and KCAL9 News at 10 o'clock. We want to turn it right over to our meteorologist, Alyssa Carlson, tracking those latest conditions and just how much longer, Alyssa, before we dry out and our next weather forecast.
Well, we have watched, Jasmine and Tom, as the aerial flood advisory was just allowed to expire here at the top of the hour for the beaches and then over near Ventura County. That's an indication that some of the heaviest of the rain has passed through those areas. But we do still have some very heavy bands heading down toward Long Beach and then again into Orange County. So they are just starting to get in on things. Also watching as we do have snow falling at Wrightwood in the higher elevations. Still snow levels up, probably not lower than 5,000 feet. And as we head into the next couple of hours, rain will continue, and we do again expect to see at least an inch in many areas out of this between now and the time it ends. So I think we probably have about another 2 or 3 hours of rain. Starting to see things let up though over in Ventura County, but there is still rain through the grapevine at this hour if you are traveling. And we're also still watching for high winds through midnight. And as we head into the overnight, that aerial flood watch will still continue down into Orange County. So as we take you here hour by 1 a.m., watching here out into the mountain areas as well as into the Inland Empire for still heavy rain, and then down toward Temecula, that will continue. It'll be out of here though by 3 a.m. and then with that being said, we'll have a dry day tomorrow. I'll have much more on the rain though in your next weather forecast.
All right, now we're going to go to KCAL9's Lori Perez live in Pasadena, the center of New Year's right here in SoCal.
Yeah, businesses there are welcoming the rain instead of parade campers, though, right, Lori?
That's right. Instead of lines of campers along these sidewalks, tonight we saw lines of diners waiting to get into hot spots like this one here in Pasadena. That's because this is the first time in 7 years a lot of restaurants like this one are even open. Many usually close down to avoid the pre-parade chaos. New Year's Eve in sunny, make that soggy California. Of course, to thousands of visitors here for the Utah-Penn State game.
But we're from Kansas where we left feet of snow.
Exactly. So the trade-off
is much better.
They're happy to get a little wet, and Pasadena restaurants are happy to help them dry off. For the first time in 7 years, many parade route eateries are open on New Year's Eve, since they and their customers don't have to deal with campers and cruisers lining Colorado Boulevard for the Rose Parade, which this year isn't on January 1st.
It's never on a Sunday rule for the parade. We promised that to the churches years ago.
A courtesy to the churches, this year benefiting hotspots like Jack Wang's Ixtapa, where they're booked for their dinner and 2 shows celebration.
I think with the pandemic, we're just happy to be open.
New Year's Eve is big business in the restaurant industry, especially after the last few years. So the chance to be open,
it's huge right now.
El Cholo Cafe is ready for the New Year's Eve crowds and this New Year's Eve weather.
We're nice and warm. We have a nice, warm, covered, heated patio. So if anyone wants to come in, we definitely can accommodate them.
Restaurants are set to help you with the celebration. As for your resolutions, you're on your own. Any resolutions for the new year?
Lose weight.
Well, you're off to a good start at this Italian restaurant.
But you know, if your resolution is to gain weight and not save money, you'll make your resolution.
Perfect. It's all in how you set the resolution.
There you go.
I'm glad they're laughing and probably ordering a few more drinks, maybe some more food, and lingering inside as they ring in that new year, because things have gotten really miserable out here over the past 2 hours here in Pasadena. At least the rain has really picked up. Guys, back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Lori. Looks very wet out there.
You can hear the wind and the rain.
Good Pat. All right. To downtown LA, where the streets would normally be packed on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, but the weather there, those conditions is having a noticeable impact on the turnout, unfortunately, for the countdown to 2023 at Grand Park. Let's go to KCAL9's Lauren Posen. Such a trooper. She's been live in downtown LA. Look at this, Lauren. Wow. I mean, you're in it.
It hasn't stopped raining. Oh,
yeah, it hasn't stopped raining and the wind is picking up too, making it even colder. But I'm just telling myself, at least it's not snowing, because that could always be worse. We got a great DJ behind us here. He's playing some great music for everybody that is here. You know, organizers were expecting about 40,000 people, but obviously that number has seriously gone down because of this wet weather. I want to show you some video from earlier tonight to really give you an idea of just what it's been out here. The wind really picked up and it knocked over some of the barricades, so security had to pick those.
I am here. I got my 2023 glasses. I got beautiful roses that I'm gonna give away because that's my new tradition. I'm to young ladies, you know, make people's New Year feel better with roses. And I'm out here enjoying the rain. We hardly have rain in LA, so let's enjoy this New Year.
Well, I'm just here to enjoy the food, you know, look at the music festival that's going on right there, and then, you know, just enjoy this lovely rain.
Yeah, the rain might have done a number on Lauren Posen's camera right there. Might have knocked out the electrical circuit. But, I mean, you saw that one security guard was saying at one of the entrances that maybe 45 people came through to Grand Park. So, obviously, a very limited number of people turning out.
And you got to give a lot of... Oh, wait, we can go back. All right, so Lauren's camera's back up now. Let's go back and
Lauren,
check
how
out
you
the
doing
scene
out there?
Okay, we're back. Little rain issue. Okay, so how cool was that one guy, though? His tradition of bringing roses out to the ladies here. Kind of sweet, huh? Really nice. Everybody that's out here, they're just they're not letting this rain get them down. They're really...
You know what? She's not letting the rain get her down.
Right.
She tried it, guys. She tried it.
All right, we're going to Chicago here, right?
Yes, let's do that because the fireworks are happening. No, first Long Beach. I love this. Right here at home, about 100, people came out?
Still put
Only
on the
about
fireworks
100?
show.
Okay. Long Beach putting on this fireworks show, though, for the new year. We have our photographer out there, Joe Ruiz, saying most people watched the display actually from their cars since it was raining so hard. Another show will be lighting up the night sky at 11:59, and we are told more people are expected to be there at the later show. And Tom,
now we're in Chicago. That's right.
Yeah, here, I mean, you can't really tell the difference if you're looking at the fireworks in the sky. They're bursting overhead. This is Chicago tonight, ringing in the new year. I'm trying to look up the party that they were having there.
Looks a lot drier than it is here, though, right?
Yeah, isn't that surprising when they're usually the ones dealing with all the wild weather?
That's right. All right, so meanwhile, every year the world looks forward to the Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena. Volunteers and builders are in the final stretch of completing the massive and breathtaking floats. But before the floral creations hit Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena, there was a public viewing of the floats earlier tonight. And people could take a closer look at each little grain and flower to see the intricate details put into these floats.
Unless you see them in person, you don't understand the scale of them, you don't understand the detail that goes in them, and you don't really get the impact of those fresh flowers that you see on TV.
Since New Year's Day is on a Sunday, the parade will be held on Monday this year.
So earlier today, I caught up with Lisa Dedarian with the city of Pasadena right along the parade route and talked to her about the rules and the safety precautions for spectators.
So we're along the parade route now. This is almost at the 6-mile mark along the parade route. So this is Sierra Madre Boulevard where the parade ends at Victory Park. And this is where we typically see a lot of the band members they'll experience overheating because they've been walking almost 6 miles. We see some injuries to some of those that have sprained ankles and the common things year to year.
Talk to me about the rules for the thousands of people that will be out here along the parade route watching, but they have to follow the rules.
We have our police department volunteers and they have a parade watch and they've been driving the route for the last few days, including today and through tomorrow, to ensure that people are not putting things out or reserving spots ahead of time, because we're already seeing people putting ropes up or tape and we are removing that. And then we have our fire department will be out overnight too to ensure that fires are professionally manufactured. We don't get the big bonfires that we see every year to where those embers could easily go astray. We have those that will start putting down all their overnight items starting at noon tomorrow, and then starting at 11 p.m. tomorrow night, January 1st, you can then go to what we call the honor line. So you can put out the sleeping bags more comfortably.
So, Lisa, what type of enforcement are we talking about that is out here during the Rose Parade and the Rose Bowl?
Both the Rose Parade and the game are rated as a top tier event at a federal level. So we have resources from the federal, state, local government, in addition to other agencies surrounding us that help us for the parade and the game. And every year after the conclusion of the game, we sit down with these same agencies and we discuss what we can do better to improve for next year. Literally, we have probably thousands of law enforcement officers that are assisting us every year. We have an agreement with other agencies day to day to assist us that can come in also on January 2nd to assist.
And Lisa also told me that anyone who attempts to fly a drone will be fined or could be arrested. Again, Colorado Boulevard will close beginning at 10 p.m. tomorrow and then will stay closed through cleanup after the parade on Monday.
And with New Year's Eve and other holiday gatherings on tap, LA County officials are urging everyone to be vigilant and safe to reduce the spread of COVID. People are highly encouraged to wear masks indoors and stay home if they're feeling sick. New state data shows there are more than 1,200 COVID hospital patients in LA County right now. LA County remains in the medium community transmission level based on case rate and hospitalization numbers.
I know, that's my kind of countdown to most of the world. It's already 2023, folks. We're going to have a look, though, at how some of the major cities welcomed in the new year.
And coming up in Sports Central, 2 amazing games in the semifinals of the college football playoffs. Chris Hayre has TCU taking on Michigan and Ohio State, battling top-ranked Georgia, and more. That's all coming up on Sports Central Saturday night.
And 2022 going out with a bang weather-wise. We have very heavy rain around the area. I'll have the latest in your next weather forecast.
Happy New Year from New York. It's now officially 2023 on the East Coast. The annual ball drop there at Times Square just happened over an hour ago. Thousands were there to celebrate the new year.
And on the other side of the world, fireworks erupted over the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, and thousands gathered to celebrate 2023. Earlier, French President Emmanuel Macron rang in the new year by pledging continuing support for Ukraine.
Let's go to Egypt. A fireworks display around Cairo Tower. Against the backdrop of the Nile River, people in small boats cheering as the clock struck midnight.
And take a look at how the United Arab Emirates celebrated the new year. A spectacular display of fireworks and laser beams in Dubai from the world's tallest building.
Oh, my friend Jessica and her family, they are all there. They rung in 2023 in Thailand's capital, Bangkok. People watching an impressive fireworks display over the Bangkok River.
And Australians welcomed the new year with a fireworks display over the famous Sydney Harbour Bridge. The show paid tribute to the histories and stories of the Australian Indigenous people.
All right, here at home, many are ringing in the new year with the storm.
With that just behind us, right?
With a ton of rain.
Yeah. KCAL9's Joy Benedict continues our storm coverage tonight from a soggy San Fernando Valley.
Well, it has gone from a drizzle to a downpour and really everything in between as we have been seeing the rain steady and strong all day long. Here tonight in Studio City on Ventura Boulevard, they're drawing quite a crowd out here on Restaurant Row as folks are going in and out, obviously to celebrate New Year's Eve. But talking to folks that have been out and about all day long, they sort of have a mixed opinion about our winter storm. It's just a drippy, dreary day. As rain soaked the Southland and everyone outside, the running trails were empty and the parks pretty bare. Unless, of course, you have webbed feet.
Weather's great. It's actually a great running weather.
Luis Flores was practically alone as he rounded the bend at the Sepulveda Basin, not wanting to abandon his last run of the year.
Trying to get all those carbs out so we could get the new carbs in for the new year.
The LA River actually looked like a river as the water attracted the wildlife. But the roads
were a bit of a wild ride.
Definitely using my windshield wipers. So I feel like the rain is coming and going, so we get a little bit of that sprinkle and then a little bit of some more harder rain and then just goes away.
Last minute shoppers went looking for beverages and firewood for a festive night.
Last minute shopping, getting a couple of bottles for New Year's Eve.
But the truth is, for many, a little winter rain had them feeling like a squirrel with a nut.
Need rain, people.
Exactly, we do need rain, and I don't know, it's just lovely out. To me.
But in the city, the rain does more than just dampen the flower beds. It floods the intersections and slickens the roads as numerous accidents were reported.
People are definitely driving with a little bit more caution, which is good.
But all in all, those out and about looked at the New Year's shower as a handout more than a hindrance, as a little rain felt like the perfect way to wash away the old in preparation for a new year.
Exactly. Wash that away, please.
Just want to wish everybody Happy New Year, and any goals planned for 2023, just get up and do them.
Of course, as the night has been progressing, we are starting to see even more rain. So it is going to be a tough night for those of you who are out and about trying to enjoy this New Year's Eve celebration. So if you are out and about on the roads, please be safe and please be sober. From Studio City, I'm Joy Benedict, KCAL9 News.
All right, let's go back to Long Beach and give you a live look here tonight. I mean, it's just been a drizzly, dreary, cold New Year's Eve all across the Southland.
Be cozy too, right? It's not over yet. Let's go now to Alyssa Carlson with all these details as you're tracking our system here, the next weather.
Yes, and of course it has been an active night here, and as forecasted at right around 8 o'clock, things really started to ramp up, and we can't even see out the lens here as we take a look at one of our cameras as we make our way over Santa Monica. So it is raining heavily in that area, and anything that you see there in the red and the orange indicating some very heavy downpours, that is right over that beach area. So we'll be continuing to watch as this is making its way here through the southern portion of LA County, heading over into Orange County and then out into the Inland Empire too. San Bernardino, you are also getting ready to see some very heavy rain out there. Pasadena has been seeing that rain as well. So it certainly has been coming down hard. This is the main band of rain with the front. Behind it, we will still see some showers for the next couple of hours. So as forecasted, this is probably going to go through 1 a.m. or so in terms of seeing all the rain pass on through. So as that front passes, we'll continue to watch the winds too. And speaking of which, they have picked up at the airport. 15-mile-per-hour winds sustained over near Van Nuys. We're at 22-mile-per-hour winds, and these will continue out of the south. Notice a little bit of a southerly flow there, so that continues to bring in that moisture from the ocean, and that's why we're seeing a little bit more rain added to this as that's amplifying as it's working through the area. Tomorrow, 60 degrees and still chilly. It's going to be brisk. The winds will still be howling tomorrow. Visibility downtown is only 3 miles, and so we do, of course, have a lot of rain out there. 58 degrees. We're still watching then for gusty winds tomorrow, but no rain tomorrow. This is it. Once this passes through overnight, we will be dry. The Rose Parade will be dry Monday morning, but by Monday night, our next system will work on through. So let's take a look at it, and the storm train will continue. So here's the first one rolling on through tonight, and then tomorrow will be dry. Monday night, here comes the next one overnight into Tuesday. That one will not have as much rain, but the big one coming in here Wednesday into Thursday, and that's more out of the south. So we're looking at more of an atmospheric river once again working through. That could bring 1 to 3 inches of precipitation, if not more, in some areas. So we're still fine-tuning the details for that. And then Friday we'll get a break, but Saturday more rain. So as we take a look at the total here, this is what the Futurecast is showing overnight. Now I think it's probably a little underdone. I think we're going to see more than that for totals. So far, the National Weather Service have been waiting for them to update those totals since 4 p.m. and they haven't yet. But I'm guessing we'll have at least an inch in many areas here from this band rolling on through, and then more on the way, as I said, into next week. So 60 degrees tomorrow to kick off 2023, and it's going to be a cool and wet start as we have our first week of the new year. And as we take a look here at the valleys, we'll be around 60 and then hovering around 60 all week. So good sweater weather, and then into the Inland Empire will only be in the 50s. Tom, Jasmine.
Grammy winner Anita Pointer of the famous Pointer Sisters singing group has died. Her publicist says the 74-year-old was surrounded by family. Pointer had been ill for some time. Anita Pointer and her sisters grew up singing in their father's church in Oakland.
And a fitting tribute for pioneering broadcast journalist Barbara Walters. A TV set and flowers were placed next to her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Walters' death was announced yesterday. She was 93. Her spokesperson released a statement saying Walters was a trailblazer, not only for female journalists, but for all women. Walters made TV history in 1976 when she became the first female anchor on a network news program.
Former Pope Benedict has also died at his home in the Vatican at the age of 95. He was also the first pope in centuries to step down instead of ruling for life. At the time, he said it was the pressures of the job and his age that made it difficult for him to carry out his duties. During his relatively brief tenure as Pope, Benedict made 24 foreign trips, including a visit right here to the U.S. in 2009. And the Vatican confirms that his funeral will be held Thursday at St. Peter's Square.
And it's nearing midnight. Grab that bubbly.
Why there are 2 reasons to toast tonight. We have some pretty cool facts.
It's Jasmine and I. That's the 2 reasons.
Come on.
That's it.
Come on. We're coming back.
All right, another reason to pop the bubbly this New Year's Eve, it's National Champagne Day. Some fun facts. A bottle of champagne has about 49 million bubbles, 3 times the carbonation of beer. Also, the Champagne region of France produces more than 200 million bottles a year. I just said France. France. And we want to say Happy New Year to all of us, or to all of you, from us working here tonight and across the area. And a quick shout out, we have some loyal viewers, Doug, Mike, and
cheers,
and
Chris.
Frank are watching tonight, my mom and dad. We want to say Happy New Year to all of you.
Happy New Year. Simon Editor Anselmo brought us some sparkling apple cider. I'm making Tom wear the necklace and the headbands. And
I got a little blingy bling stuff here.
This doesn't even work.
Wait, can we get Chris in the shot here?
Chris, come over here. I just handed you the cup. We're going to say Happy New Year to everyone watching tonight. And our beautiful control room. Look at that. Cheers, everybody.
Amy Madison, thank you.
What's your resolution, Tom?
Kelly, Vince, my resolution, let's just be nicer to each other. How about
We're going to walk slowly into 2023. That's a meme I saw.
And jaywalk safely.
We're going to be respectful. We're going to be quiet.
100%. Thanks, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Get CBS News Los Angeles on the CBS News app. Download now.
Got your phone handy? Of course you do. Scan this right here. Download the CBS LA app. And just like that, you're connected to all the best local news and videos. Now, if only everything were this easy.